things you can never take from me. That's my heart, my talent, my soul. Enough of them I move like carbon copy and out of control. It's no sin to stay genuine, woman, forward to your goals. Patience and a calm meditation, you must know your role. Even though you know things gon' change, don't give up on those things that make you original. You've got no one else to blame for your own mistakes. Hey.
The lyrics of Tabitha, man.
Shot bus. Another family is in sorrow. Some a lose focus. Them a follow Batman down Batman road. Better them move conscious. The big ego thing I get old. Woman, don't lose focus. You got a whole nation to uphold. Even though you know things gon' change.
Listen. We cannot start without playing this little tune here. We come into the interview just now, but this particular song is just invoke happiness, boy. It's just your little feet start to pitter-patter with a little happiness. I want to make sure I spread some of that to you right now. Enjoy this next one by Tabitha. This one is Shine.
Some days we're high, some days we're low, some days we're fast, or we can move real slow. Doesn't matter about space or time. The only matters in this life is how you choose to shine.
Anybody enjoying a beautiful Saturday right now?
That's the beauty of the world. We may be different. That's the beauty of the world. To every boy and every girl. That's the beauty of the world. You control your destiny. That's the beauty of the world. Our lives with you and me. The power lies with you and me.
Zingha, we got up the budget a little bit, but you want a live band to be inside here when Tabitha coming in so she can perform the song properly, you understand? We got up the budget.
Aim for the sky, reach for your goals. You will not stop, cause you're in control. All your blessings will come right on time. And all that matters in this life is how you choose to shine.
The name of the artist is Tabitha. You can find her online as Gerbadian, the combination of German and Belgian. And she is live in studio. We're going to be going to that interview in just a few. We can take a little quick break to share with you some of the greatness that Flow has for you. And then we're coming back with that interview with Tabitha. Don't go nowhere.
New Year, but same old Wi-Fi.
You're bumming and complaining? You ashamed?
You not. Your hard-earned money spending. I thought you signed up for Flow 5 Essential 100 plan for $99 per month with the extra 100 megabits per second free for 3 months and free in-home Wi-Fi assessment. Oh, and they have the $99 for the tablet we qualify for when you sign We Up.
Sign We Up?
For broadband so great, even your neighbor will celebrate. Sign up in store or online at discoverflow.co today. Offer available while stocks last. Terms and conditions apply.
Once again, there's a special good morning to you. You're listening to 94.7. It is now 19 minutes after the hour of 11 o'clock in Barbados. Yes. And we are here with a lady who is back for the holidays. I don't even know how long she's back for, but we can find out today. And I know that Empress Zingha is looking forward to this interview, boy. This is a lady who has inspired all of us. We've worked with her. We've watched her performing across various stages in Barbados and also now the world, because she now is a resident of Germany. You understand? We can find out if she,
Say so.
we can find out how good she German is and everything in this
Oh
interview
gosh,
as
don't
well,
do it.
man.
Don't do it.
But Barbados, I want you to welcome to your radio wherever you are listening. I want you to welcome the songbird, the girl with the long locks, the little red thing, the woman that's so bracket or jamming. Please welcome the reggae superstar artist extraordinaire, Tabitha Gerbadian. Good morning.
What going on? What going on?
Energy, man.
Boat in here.
Single, let me get down the road, man. This one
I
give me
like,
sweet.
listen,
This one give me
I gotta
sweet.
tell you something, right? Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I love how this man has introduced me. Don't care what stage I touch. He did. Just get a real, like, you know, you're ready for the drum roll and everything. Like, yeah, thank you.
Are you only telling the
Thank
truth,
you,
big man?
DJ.
Are you only telling
Thank
the truth?
you.
Fair madness.
They got you.
That's DJ 110%. Welcome back home, Tabitha.
Thank you.
Never mind that you ducking out again. Girl
You're
messaged
just
me. I was
ducking.
like, oh. Tabitha messaged me. Was like, oh, so I am the island. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Say
but you
what?
see, the reason for doing that was I know you guys are such a big support system, not only for Barbadian music, but a huge catalyst for me personally. Like, I've done so much work with you guys behind the scenes as well, you know? The photo shoot, the interview. Like, you guys have always given me such an amazing platform. I've gained some of your followers as mine.
Yeah.
So your fans are now my fans. So I thank you guys so much. And I wanted to come here. It's not even about the music or about me. I just wanted to thank you personally, in person, right here and now, for being such a big support system, because it goes a long way. And big up to all the DJs here that play the music as well too, you know. My guy DJ Touchdown,
Hey.
always spinning the thing, you know what I mean? Big ups to everybody that has been supporting the music and not only mine but in general, because we put a lot of hard work and time and effort, blood, sweat and tears, sometimes literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel really great to know I in Germany and my music still getting played here. And I'm like, nobody forget what me yet.
Home drums go beat
Big
first.
up wanna.
Like,
Yes, man.
I
Beautiful,
believe that
beautiful.
Tabitha is like one of the biggest reggae artists internationally now, because she's not in the region. She gone out and branching off, and it's so big. And you've made a drastic change.
Yes.
You've made a very drastic change.
Yes.
And I remember you coming to the entertainment fraternity and was telling us, well, I can be taking a trip and it might be permanent. And everybody's like, what you mean? She's like, yeah, I and it was on the cusp of COVID. She's like, yeah, I go. And she said so nonchalant, yeah, I left in Barbados. And people was like crying and like trying to figure out what we could do.
Not on tissues.
Like, what happened? She's like, yeah, I think it's time. And it has been a drastic shift. You're living and you're creative living. So what was the thing that said, Tabs, it is time to move? No, I need to get into a different space.
Well, to be quite honest, it was a number of things. And without getting too political, because I've always been the catalyst for the artists and, you know, like fair treatment and, you know, opportunities, equal opportunities. I think it was just time. It was a culmination of things that were happening all at once. So it was the lockdown, you know, you had the pandemic. My daughter wasn't in school. They were doing the online classes. It was barely sometimes. And I was like, nah, you know what? And then I had to move from where I was. And then I was like, you know, if I'm going to start over, I might as well just start over. And I just wake up one day, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go. And the rest is history, I guess. All right. I say I shall go.
When you told us that you were leaving, I don't mean me and DJ, I mean everyone.
Yeah.
You were already at peace with it. It was us now trying to grieve through the quote unquote loss of having you here physically.
Yeah.
And
Apologies.
you were
sorry.
you broke up my heart, B.
I did it on purpose.
Broke up my heart, bad. But you were already at peace, and like everything was just gone. Like you be messaging, how you doing now? What you doing? Yeah, the truck kind of things. And like you was just like, you know, at peace with everything. And I think a lot of artists too may be on the cusp of humongous changes in their lives.
Yeah.
And it may get to a point where they're like, one foot in the door but one foot out.
Yeah.
But I guess it was more of your intuition.
Yes.
Of knowing when was the right time. What signifies the right time for you?
I think within yourself, when you feel like you were getting too complacent or laid back or just comfortable in general with everything that was happening. Okay, a pandemic, I can stay home for 2 months. Oh, I can wait till Jay get called and gunshot. I couldn't deal with our last name going shopping and you can't leave and this here and that there. And it was nothing and nothing. But at the end of the day, to put it simply, but at the end of the day, no, on a serious note, you need to listen to yourself. When yourself says, self, it's time to move, regardless of if it's to go and do a simple task, you listen to your intuition always. It is your connection with the ancestors. The ancestors will never steer you wrong. And my blood, the itching that week, I was like, yo, this is a big life decision because it's not only me I'm thinking of, it's my daughter as well. And then she has her side of the family too. So how do I explain this to them? Why does my move, sound crazy when I say it? And I was doubting myself a lot, but I was like, nah, John know exactly what he doing with me. And I am a vessel and I know I need to be used in a bigger way. And being locked down just was not it. That ain't it for me. I can't deal with that. I did not want that.
Yeah. Like
so, yeah.
Being a creative and say, oh, you can't create, and you like, all right, you can't create, so just wait to tell me that I can create again.
I'm allowed. It was a real weird time, and I think more so the rebellious half of me came out even more. So I think I kind of found my second voice, because I always had a voice. You got the first one that's be yes. So actually we will, and then you got the one like I ain't care doing what God do for me and mine and like it or lump it or bump it. You understand? So it was that kind of energy, and I was like, yeah, the fire in me was, although ain't much going on, I know I need to do something more with my life. My life is bigger than this. I am more than this. My daughter needs more than this at this point, because I love the educational system here in certain aspects. But then at that point, it was like a big hindrance. Corona affected everyone and everything. And then when I sat down, I was like, we say a certain percentage when it comes to tourism and how dependent we are. But when we sat back and saw how Corona really affected the entire island, from the van man straight back down to the nut seller to the this to the that, we are all interconnected. And everything is interconnected. So in a such thing as, we only depend on such and such percent.
And it's so true what you're saying about that.
We needed the people,
that
and they weren't
interconnection.
Coming,
You're really, really hitting the nail on the head for me, because a lot of people say that I want to be independent, or you should be independent from this, or you should stand alone and do that. But when you look at nature, everything depends on everything else. The way how the cycles move, the way how the trees literally talk to each other. Like when the grass cutting, the roots underneath the earth is a scientific fact. Like if the tree getting chopped down, it sends neurons and messages to the other trees to beware, there is danger. Like everything coincides with each other. So this idea of being alone, not independent, but being alone is not as strong a thing as we may think, especially how nature works, and we are a part of nature because we're living in nature. So that's also something I think people should look at. No, in terms of moving, different countries, different cultures, different time zones, because what is this?
Tell me about it.
Different climate.
I get ready for bed. I get ready for bed.
What have you learned about moving house, moving family, moving spirit? What has that taught you, and having that, I guess, not so much of a culture shock, because your name Gerbadian after all.
Yeah, but you see, I have never lived per se in Germany.
Okay.
So I was only born there. Then 6 months old, I moved to Barbados.
Okay.
So the Gerbadian really and truthfully is the German Barbadian, yes, born there, but I identify more, even so now, more so as a Barbadian.
Okay.
So everywhere I go, is
down to the shirt, like no matter where you go,
it's
Germany,
so impressive.
You always
so impressive, always with me, or it's always a different energy, and I hold pride in saying yes, I am Barbadian. So when where are you from? Barbados.
I drop your accent hard.
So what are you doing here? Well, technically, and then you get a little backstory. I technically born here, but but they've embraced me, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful to
be able to have this privilege to make that decision for my life, because I know that there are a lot of people that do not have that option as well.
Yeah.
And they feel stuck, you know. And my advice to you is just do what makes you happy. There are no boundaries, only the ones we place on ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, I immigration too, but that has got a slight
Excuse me, ma'am, what is that in your pocket?
You want to move there now?
No. But being all of that, and being all of that in the ecosystem that we're in right now.
Yeah.
Being an independent artist, no.
I'm breathing hard already. Sighing.
Being an independent artist, no. What are some of the lessons you have learned?
To just do it. Stop overthinking things. And like I said, try not to place boundaries on yourself. The world is huge, but it's small.
Anything you would have changed in this journey so far?
You know? No, because I tell you why. It has prepared me for what is to come. I can't see exactly what is in the future, but I know how I can plan my life. And I know based on what I'm going through now and all the struggles I have been through, I know it has prepared me to this point so far. And then from this point, I know I will have other challenges and it will prepare me to the next point.
Yeah.
So it's like a A to B situation and it's constantly moving. So as long as you know you're going to get to Z, just continue moving.
Yeah.
Because a rolling stone don't do what?
Get them off.
Exactly.
It was low-key like, does it?
Like,
Cause remember, she like, she stop.
It is now 29 minutes before the hour of 12 o'clock. You're listening to 94.7, the CBC 94.7, the ultimate Bajan experience with DJ Simmons, Empress Zingha, and Tabitha on the Here We Go on radio show.
Hey. So there was a video that I saw, I think just before you left Barbados, before the Rona. And you were in, I think, Africa.
yes.
And I remember you going on the stage with such power, such surety of self. Like you ain't stutter, you ain't thing. Like from the time you first foot land on the stage, you was like, I am Tabitha, I from Barbados. And like you just start like singing and chanting. And there was a part where all I saw, like there were thousands and thousands of people. This wasn't like a cafe or nothing. This was a big performance. And I remember seeing so many lights of cell phones with people like going along with what you were saying and waving their cell phones and you teaching them the songs and stuff like that. And it warmed my heart. Like I literally cried. I was like, yes, man, this is Tabitha, guys. And I always wondered how many other places you have performed. I know there are many other countries in Africa where you would have touched.
Right.
But where are some of the places that you would have performed outside of Africa, maybe?
So I've performed in Qatar. I've performed. Oh boy, that will put me on the spot. Because you see, the problem with me is, right, I am one of these people. I am not really tech savvy. So when I go to a performance, hardly ever do I be like, oh God, you gotta film me, please film me. And got like a team there. Usually it's just be like, yeah, the Lone Ranger, just busting a move, letting out everything from the vessel and going back home and laying down like,
Yo, that was cool, yeah. That was hard.
That was 60,000 people. I just do that. You know, that kind of energy. So so I've performed in a lot of places, a lot of different facets. So bars, clubs, pubs, main stage, center stage, side stage. They call me back after them, put me to start the festival and then tell me, no, you're going to end it too and pay me twice.
Wow.
This happened in Germany recently.
Wow.
Yeah, Laker Rhythms Festival, and they want me back again this year. So things are, you know, so I've performed all over the world, if we put it that way. Everywhere I've been to, I've probably tried to touch a stage or two. But generally, it's always just that kind of energy, like, I can't exactly remember, but you know what I mean. I'm sure I got a picture somewhere with a tag, and it can tell me the location, and I can tell you.
Like I'm telling you this for a reason. Tabitha is how you hearing her is how Tabitha is there, like straight up. But is there any favorite of them? They are a favorite moment, not necessarily place, but a favorite moment of performing.
So I think because Africa was the biggest one, and because that is the motherland for me, so I've had a lot of real special moments. But that one for me was the wow, mom, look at me. Because I remember your mom. You in a previous interview with you. And you talking about how your mom had pushed you up. You She
little
pushed me over the barricade, and handed me to the bouncers. And I was on stage with Beanie Man. And I was just clapping my hands. And I remember everybody was clapping. And funny enough, this was Germany. So my life, I don't believe in coincidences. And so this was like a full circle kind of vibe for me.
Yeah.
But for this particular thing, and I just remember feeling the energy from the people, and I didn't know yet what it was, but I was like, I want this again. And whatever it is, I want to replicate it time and time again. I want people to feel happy like this, that they can jump with me, they can clap with me, they can sing with me. I want to see smiles and feel the energy, you know that?
Yes.
This is why I do the music, really and truthfully. So it started off from that point, wanting that feeling and wanting to make people feel good. And from there, it's just been message in the music. So when I got to Africa and it was 60,000 people.
That was ringing people though.
You know, 60,000 people. They talking about security detail. And I said, what? I just haven't from Barbados. What going on here? And you went busting warning shots and saying, don't come close to the vehicle. A big convoy. I tell you, it was crazy. And I was like, yo, this is the life though.
Nobody does though.
No. But I mean, it wasn't like shooting at people. It wasn't a violent situation. It was a warning. Like, guys, don't come near to this convoy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this energy. And when I get on stage, I didn't know if to cry or pee or run. I can't real with you. Like, I didn't know what. At that point, I was like, I just know I got to introduce myself. And I start there. And I was like, nah, you know what? Before them could see me and make a judgment, I can sing off stage. And I was like, I hear the voice of the Rasta man say.
I remember that.
And then it was like, whoa, making noise. I was like, yeah, they're ready for me now. And then when they see me, they started making noise. It was like, yeah. And I had on, like, I went in the city that day. And I had an outfit. But I was like, nah, I want something that they would wear, but that still got me standoutish in a way.
Yeah.
And I find something, bam, blue and yellow and black. I said, that's them there. And I put that on. I was like, I am from Barbados. And you know what I mean? It was just such it was a real magical experience. And that was one of 4 shows that I did.
Wow.
So I did 4 shows in Guinea. So I was in Conakry, which is the city. And then we drove 6 hours into the mountains. And I went to a place named Labé and Mamou. And this is up in the mountains, Kendia Mountains. And they give me a history on it as well. Wow. Nelson Mandela used to train with the soldiers up in there. And yeah, we went on the border, Sierra Leone. And, you know, it was just energy, you know, coming through Morocco and just touching a few places. But I mean, this year, the universe can hear me now when I say I will be touching Africa again. Yeah. I don't know how and in what facet, but I know I'll be going again. And it will be awesomer than the last one.
My mother's always said, don't worry about the how. If you ask God for it to happen, it can happen.
He can make it
don't worry about the how.
Exactly.
You gotta say a special good morning to Tamara Marshall on the outside.
Oh
eagerly
my gosh.
listening to Tabitha, man.
Tamara, big, and she's been one too. She's like, oh, you're in Germany now, it's so great. And she's so supportive. Like, I love my Barbadians, honestly. And thank you to everybody. Tamara, big up yourself, honestly. And she's been a big inspiration as well for females, how she carries herself, the vocal ability, the humble.
Yes.
Like, if you meet Tamara, you would never be like, this is the big
I know
voice.
she's in the kitchen. She's like, oh my
gosh. And humble about that too, you know
you
what I
mean?
She's been a big staple in the life of a lot of female artists here. Well, I know for me, I can speak for myself. You know, just how she carries herself and, you know, everything. So big ups to you, Tamara. Enough love all the time. You don't know.
But you mentioned also earlier about the vibe of you, and
Yeah.
you're not turning from what makes you you. You know, and your message and your brand. I'm not going to say music, your brand.
Right.
Because your brand is who you are and how it overlaps. Because some people might have a brand, but it might not be them.
Right.
So the message of you and your brand has always been inspirational. And it's not just with reggae or anything. Everything you do has some form of message in it.
Yeah.
And I know there are many artists / entertainers out there that will say, it ain't but the message for them is just a story. It ain't nothing that real, you know. I am not influencing anyone, you know. Take care of your children. You parent that doing this here.
Yeah.
But to your mind, do you think you are an influencer, and why does the meaning or the construction of the messages you bring is so much to you, mean so much to you? It's a lot of question, I know. If you want me to repeat, I can repeat.
So, influencer, I don't really like that word, but sometimes we gotta be honest with ourselves too, and be realistic. Like, yeah, people watching you, and sometimes I'm real oblivious on purpose to that.
Correct.
Because I really just want you to get the message.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to be like, oh, focus on me.
Yeah.
It's more so about the message.
Same.
So when somebody like randomly come up to me in the supermarket and be like, yo, your song has saved my life, or your song means something to me, and I'm like, yo, well, thank you. I didn't even, she was like, yo, you're a big deal. And when people tell me how they feel about me, because I've been told, some people, I have a strong personality or whatever, it could be intimidating. I don't take so. When you get to know me, you understand, like, that's just Tabitha, really.
Tabitha is just fun.
I just, you know what I mean? That's me. You know, in a little bubbly, you know?
Yes.
Without even trying that, just me naturally. I was always that way. But then when they come to me and they're like, yo, such and such said, but now that I see, and yo, you amazing, and look what you do, and this and that. But like I tell you, if I ain't got a photo or a video, like the memory bank, it's just sort of like, I know I've done this, but I going on to the next thing. Because I've already lived in that moment. It's existed. It's written in the history, and I continue. Because I still writing the story. So before the ink dry on the next page, I want to continue, you know? Because it is a momentum still, like I say, you know? And if I stop, I know with life, when real life kicks in and the real date, the 9 to 5, because I still can't be a full-time musician in Germany yet. When that kicks in, is like, music. Like, I would love to do more, and then I beat myself up over it, and then it's like, I haven't released a song since Shine. What do I do? What to do next? And it's too much thinking, and I don't like to be in that realm, in that space, because I believe we are human and we need to just accept things as they come. Sometimes we worry about things too much, especially the things that we cannot change. And it doesn't change anything but our mental ability to deal with the day after it has happened already, you know? Like, okay, you can cry, you can get over it, but like, yeah, what going on next? You got chapter 2 to write, 1 done. Stop crying but 1 and move to 2, you know? This is how I look. I'm not saying people should do this, but this is what works for me, and this is what keeps me in my positive frame of mind. Because if I can stop and just focus on what didn't go right instead of what went right, then that's it for me. It's
I think that's an unlearning thing for everybody, I feel, because it is so easy to destroy yourself with that one mistake. You will have like 100 good things happen, but that one and it's be small, you know, but one little thing that is just offset the whole program, and it's left you like stranded out for like 6 months. Who am I? Have this existential crisis. Who am I really? Am I good? Am I a good artist? Did I create something right? Did people get the message? And next thing you know, it's 10 years. You still there thinking about that one thing.
We are more prone to that because we are in tune. When you're in tune with everything around you, then it's kind of like being an empath. You know what I mean? Like, you soaking in and absorbing. So we're the sponges. And how do I move on to this next thing when this one thing bothering me from the past? Like, move on.
You gotta let go.
Cut it off. Let it go. Start anew.
Speaking of starting anew, I like how you're like transitioning into my questions.
Oh, nice.
I'm
not even looking. I'm not even peeking there. Did you send me a list of the questions?
No.
I have my writer sent to you. Why was
Girl, whatever you want, you could get. Whatever you want, you could get. This year has just started. This is the 7th day of the calendar year.
Yes.
What is on this year's portfolio? Is there anything that you can tell us? Any projects? Any collaborations?
Yes.
Yes.
So, well, currently, since I've been on the island, had an amazing show last night at Socialites with Right Side of Red.
Hey.
Big up all the guys for real. Like, the men been jamming and pooch off for the past. I can say pooch on air?
Yes, pooch is fine.
Okay, cool. Then been jamming and just like I say, ever moving, not gathering anymore. So big ups to the guys from Right Side of Red. They invited me to perform with them last night. Actually, for the past 3 nights. And then tonight now is my last and final night in Bimshire. Performing with the band. And it is at, I don't want to say the wrong place, the Dive. It ain't the Dive or Dive. But it in St. Lawrence Gap.
Okay.
First time going there, so
Okay.
yeah, I'm excited about
I
that.
heard
But
that
if you
that's
want,
a cool vibe.
What time
If you
it
want to come
starting?
through
What time
tonight,
it starting?
it's, I don't want to tell you the wrong time later, but I feel you should get there by 9 just in case, because I feel it's like a 10:30ish, maybe 11ish that the band go, but I come for 9 o'clock. I can be there for 9.
I guess hang out with you and think of vibe.
Yeah, I
that's
can
what
get the 8 o'clock Spice Town bypass. I can be there on time.
Not this bypass,
Yeah,
Tabitha.
I've been catching the bus since I came. It's been very hard to get rental vehicles. So I wait.
You
too
gonna
late
miss it
to-
now when you go back home, you know. You
I
gonna
wait
miss
too
the
late.
bus.
So I tell you, I don't rocking out, listening to the van all the way, listening to tunes. I just filming like it's a real tourist for truth. Like I love this. Look, the reggae bus. I was on the reggae bus this morning.
I must feel you was regular for true.
Listen,
Wait, how the German now? How you German?
I'm missing better.
I know what that is. That sounds like a food.
A little better. A little.
That sounds like a food. A food you eat.
I get in there. I get
I
in there.
could buy.
Yeah, I still only order chips because I don't want to mess up, man.
Man up when you duck or
I
something.
like no enter for me. A duck named Enter,
As in ENTER?
like minus the R, but Enter ENTE.
Well, you don't get some culture if you do Empress Zingha. You get
Well,
culture.
I have culture. I have Bajan culture.
Couture.
Okay, culture.
Couture.
Don't put me and Tabitha in a room together here. Me, Tabitha, and Chian is a whole...
We belly will lock off. Oh no, that's bare stitches.
That's a bad idea.
She got me laughing.
That's a
man.
bad idea.
Big up to Chian. Big up to all the female artists. All the artists in general, but the female artists who fighting and kicking pooch. I can say pooch.
Yes.
Yeah, Tabitha, the last time you was in Barbados, a certain someone for the mix-up, fix-up was a single man, but now he is married.
Yeah.
Oh yes, congratulations to Mr. Paddy and my girl Lauren. I sorry I missed the bet. I tell them wait and they can't wait. So
Shabby.
that one a thing,
That's
but
your...
they left me out of the wedding. No, but congratulations, guys, and love really wins. You know when you got a bond for such a long time, and from the time I started jamming and I had
Russell?
mix up, fix up, and I was performing with Russell. Lauren was always there at the drop of a hat, helping on pick down, pick up, pull round, this,
Put the
that.
guitar in the bag.
Listen, such a supportive wife.
Dragging
She was
it
a wife
up.
for a long time. So big up to Lauren, big up to Russell, big up to 2 Mile Hill. Then come to Germany. I didn't feel like a sweet bride. I was like, nah. Them coming to where? Listen, I was there. And I get to meet everybody that was dealing with the aspect of things there from the BTMI. And now they message me every time they come into Frankfurt. You know, so it's a good energy. And I feel so good to just get a little piece of Barbados. So when I tell you I hug off everybody, I was like, yeah, nice to see you. Because I was like hugging Barbados at that point, you know. And it was a long year too. It was a very long year for me because I started working and... You know, just integrating more, paying more taxes, and they don't tell you about that part. Talk about sweet life. They don't mention the taxes.
This has been such a beautiful, beautiful conversation, man. Guys,
The taxes. When you take away from me conversation, you wait till now to say that.
We got one. You got one last question for Tabitha there, Zingha.
More of a comment than a question.
Oh, Lord.
I think that this is the proudest I have been for one of my colleagues.
Oh.
And I know it's going to be even bigger because you do not stop.
Who's cutting the onions?
You do not stop, Tabitha. I am so proud of you. So
Thank you.
proud.
Thank
And
you so
your
much.
professionalism,
Thank
you
you.
don't change for nobody. You have your own inner core values. If anybody come and tell you anything you don't like, you say no. You don't say, all right, I'm gonna try it. And
Yeah.
you always stand your ground with things no matter what. And I think that's extremely commendable. You're elegant on stage, you're powerful on stage, and I hope and I pray that everything that you are supposed to get, every positive thing you're supposed to get, that you get and receive in full abundance. Because Tabitha, you deserve it. You have been working so hard and you never stop.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you so much.
Wow.
Almost speechless. The chatterbox can't talk.
There's a message here from Esley on the WhatsApps. Esley said, "This girl got me dead in."
Me? That dear, man.
Well, listen, we got some crocus bags of onions inside the studio.
Listen, I tried to really keep it together. You know?
But Tabitha, where can people continue to follow your journey, man? Where they can find you online?
On Instagram, I try to be very present, and that's linked to my Facebook. But if you want, it is at Gerbadian, so Gerbadian. And you can follow me on Facebook, is also at Gerbadian. But then my personal Facebook, is Tabitha Johnson. But you can find me anywhere, Tabitha Gerbadian, on YouTube, on Twitter is Gerbadian, and just type in Gerbadian and you can find me.
You find the streaming devices as well, the streaming platforms.
The
You
Spotify.
see, what had happened was no, yes I am. So again, Tabitha Gerbadian is the artist name. So you will find my music if you put that in on the streaming platforms. Tabitha Gerbadian.
Yeah.
Beautiful, man. And we also got a spoken word artist inside the space today. She's doing some observations. Irisha, big up to Irisha, man. So spoken word artists is like some lyrics bad. So we can't really let Tabitha out in here with folks sharing peace more, Tabitha, man. This one got real lyrics though. Sorry, go on.
I want to big up my mother. My mother on somehow managed to find she be on Instagram. Big up you, mommy. Sleep a dish.
Beautiful.
And then my cousin from America as well. Thank you, mom, for always being supportive. All right, and thank you to my family and everybody. Yeah. I ain't gonna talk too much now. You could continue saying what you say. Sorry to cut you, but I cut you.
Dirty man, pedophiles, rapists, dirty Babylon.
More lyrics from Tabitha, man.
I say this as a warning, this is a new dawn. And the people fed up and them tired of the ball. And judgment time calling, the demons them falling. See the rapists, them we go bless them up. Bring all the troops, we go bless them up. And the women, we must raise them up. Cause we stand for righteousness. See the pedophiles, them we go bless them up. Bring all the troops, we go bless them up. Cause the children, we must raise them up. Cause we stand for righteousness. I say in Jah we trust, so we not go bust. Anytime we step out in the street, yes it is a must. To defend the elders and the poor and the little ones. Can't forget the mothers of the earth, cause they care for us. None of them try to test me, but them can't offset me. I doing the works of the Father. So when you see nasty man interfere with children, boy, say the children, them we gon' ride for them. Defenders of the earth, I can pull up. Here we go, one life session, you know, get me started, DJ. Don't do this to me, man. Big ups to Good Times, catamaran cruises all the time. Lester, big up yourself. Every boy tune in today, boy. The man said we ain't working, we listening to Tabitha at 94.7. I say this as a warning, this is a new dawn. And the people fed up and them tired of the ball. And judgment time calling, the demons them falling. See the rapists, them we go bless them up. Bring all the troops, we go bless them up. And the women, we must raise them up. Cause we stand for righteousness.
The name of the tune is Blaze Them, coming down from Tabitha. Once again, you can check her out, Tabitha Gerbadian. Everywhere.
Cause we stand for righteousness. I say in Jah we trust, so we not go bust. Anytime we step out in the street, yes it is a must. To defend the elders and the poor and the little ones. Can't forget the mothers of the earth, cause they care for us. None of them try to test me, but them can't upset me. I do in the Satan and the mama ball and cry for them. So we bring out the them. To all the wicked hearted man, see the way they live inside the starting Jaja plan. Some of them possess like them worship Satan. We deal with justice, so we burn them demons. See the rapists, them we go bless them. Bring all the troops, we go bless them.
We can take a little break and come back with more, man. It was incredible having Tabitha inside the space. We can take a little quick minute to hear what Flow has for you.